It's a lightweight title fight in New Jersey. Dan Tom here with MMA Junkie to help you break down the main event for UFC 302 between Islam Makhachev and Dustin Poirier. Makhachev, of course, has had a dominant run in the UFC outside of his lone blemish to Adriano Martins, who is also a southpaw. However, Makhachev also maintains a positive record opposite UFC level lefties, currently standing 2-1. However, he's got a dangerous one standing in his way this Saturday in Poirier. Poirier, of course, will be facing a southpaw himself in Makhachev, where Poirier, well, he currently stands at 6-2, also a positive record against southpaws or fellow southpaws. In this case, of course, those lone 2 losses coming to Michael Johnson in his first fight to Conor McGregor. A little bit of the southpaw counters there. Of course, that's going to make things very interesting for both sides. At the time of this video, the odds makers and the public are heavily siding with the champion to retain in Makhachev in the neighborhood of -620 with the comeback on your underdog, the challenger Poirier, in the neighborhood of +400. Now, the odds makers didn't really open it this wide. It was a little bit tighter, and it's been public money that's been pushing it wider, and I get the sentiment, and I don't disagree with who is favored. Again, when you have to split hairs, Poirier has struggled with this matchup before within the same camp, at that higher level. Even though Poirier is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, an excellent fighter, very skillful, almost because he's so skilled, veteran, comfortable in the dogfight. He's comfortable giving bad positions for better or worse. And again, when you get to that very top level where you're splitting the hairs, those things can cost you as that back exposure, win or lose. It's been a common theme in Poirier fights that are hard to ignore. However, on the feet, that check right hook, the one that I called for Poirier, he made me look good there last time out. Coming through as an underdog against Benoit Saint Denis, that check right hook that I told you how to look out for. Well, of course, it's going to be, there as well if we're continuing on with our forensic fight analysis and looking what's been successful in Makhachev before. Not just that, even when fighters who aren't southpaw switch to southpaw, that left hand has been there to kind of drop and stumble Makhachev to see the first fight with Volkanovski. That being said, even though my heart is going to be with Poirier to pull it off, my brain, non-biasedly, I think is going to go with Makhachev here, probably in rounds 2 or 3, although I will say round 2, I think is going to be a hot round. Get your hot rounds here. I think it's going to be the hot round for both fighters to potentially get that finish. So be prepared to sweat if you're betting either side. But I'm going to take Makhachev to see more details on how, as well as more analysis, fun stats like the southpaw stats elaborated on. Check out my in-depth breakdowns, which you can always find at MMA Junkie, now dropping on fight days.